Hi, I'm Wendy Yellen, and this is The Art of Transformation. Today, what we're going to do is an experiential exercise using an eidetic image, specifically related to how world events might be triggering traumatic reactions in you and what you can do about it. Before I go on, please like and subscribe before you leave so that we can be sure to notify you every time there's a new video up, and that's about once a week now. All right. At this moment, as I'm recording this video for you, many people in the world and right now here in the United States are experiencing the state of the planet, the state of our country, the state of leadership too, where there's an enormous amount of trauma and misery. Feels quite heightened right now, chaos, confusion, and concern. And a lot of people, and this is for you if this is the case, are feeling extremely overwhelmed and a variety of other feelings. Whatever your particular bent is in terms of politics, there's still a lot of chaos and confusion and agitation that you might be experiencing. You might be feeling that you're being pummeled. And a lot of people that I know have put themselves on a news diet, and that does help to titrate the amount of gale force winds that they feel that they're experiencing on a daily basis and multiple times a day often. So that's an idea, certainly. And what else can you do to stay present and not be overwhelmed and intensely traumatized right now? We're going to do an experience to help you with that. By the way, 70% of adults in the United States have experienced some kind of traumatic event at least once in their lives. That's 223.4 million people in the United States. So being traumatized by something is very, very common. What are some signs that you might be feeling more traumatized than you realize? I call it your Achilles heel being activated. So you know yourself pretty well, right? And you know that when you get stressed, you might get aggravated more easily. You might be more judgmental more quickly. You might retreat more into yourself. You might feel more critical of yourself or others. You may lash out at others. You may find that you're less patient. You might find you're more mercurial, ups and downs. You might be sadder. You might feel more overwhelmed more easily. You might be more protective. You might spend a lot more time in your head thinking and using the thoughts to try to keep you from feeling so much, or something along those lines. So you already know that about yourself. With extra stress, like so many people are experiencing right now, those ways of being, that Achilles heel, those more less great parts of ourselves are often getting activated big time. So, for example, I personally got very stressed the other day, and I got mad at my husband, really mad. Really, really mad. And I know that it was a combination of so many different things that are happening in my world and in the world. And I don't want to be that person. I mean, obviously it's human to feel different feelings, including anger. But I certainly don't want to take it out on people I love. Yet I did. So what are some things that I've been doing and my clients have been doing to keep that from happening more often and to keep ourselves in a more clear, present place so that we can respond to what's happening in our world and in the world more clearly. So the very first step, of course, is to notice when you're not acting like your normal self or your best self, and how much shorter your particular fuse might be. Now, I am like me, you already know you don't want to be that way, you don't want to act that way, and you don't want to affect others in that way. So let's do two simple ways that you can deal with this degree of stress. And this is, of course, not just for current events, but for all kinds of stress and tension. The first is just a simple breathing exercise, like many other, comes in many different processes and modalities, meditation and so forth, use some sort of breathing. So let's take the simplest that I can think of and do it for a moment. So notice how you're feeling right now, whatever way you're feeling, and don't try to change it. And start to do the most simple breathing in and breathing out without changing it at all. And I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to do it with my eyes closed. So you're not changing it. You're not trying to slow yourself down. You're just paying attention to breathing in and breathing out. Again, paying attention to breathing in and breathing out. And you can pause. I'll do this for another moment, and then I'll have you pause and do it longer. If you want to really get the most out of this, then go ahead and pause the recording to pay attention to your breathing in and out longer, and then come back, and I'll go to the next place. So you want to notice how you're feeling. You didn't try to change your mood or your state of mind or your state of being. You're just paying attention simply to breathing in and breathing out. And notice, I know some of my clients feel extreme relief just from that right now. Do it as a daily practice. They use it as a practice, and they also use it as what one of my clients called a roadside assistance, where they're in a situation and they take a moment and just do that even while they're in the situation, and that really helps. Now, for the second simple exercise, I'm going to give you an image that is an eidetic image that comes and was created by Dr. Ahsen, who's the father of eidetic imagery, my mentor, my friend, one of my teachers, and was the originator of all of eidetic work as psychotherapy. So see, you can do this with your eyes closed. See in your mind's eye, see an image of your brain. And you can touch your brain and notice in the image what the temperature of your brain is. You want to look at the surface, and you want to look deep inside into the crevices. You may know the temperature by the color. You might know by the touch in the image. If you're feeling stressed or anxious or overwhelmed, the brain will be hot. So you want to find the heat, or so cold that it's icy cold and becomes heat. But pretty much 99.9% of people watching this image will see heat. Now start to throw cold, slushy ice all over your brain. Just keep throwing it in an image. See that you're throwing cold, slushy ice on your brain, and it's natural ice, and you have limitless amounts of it. And it's you who's throwing the ice on your brain, and watch and see what happens. to the hot spots. Not what you think would happen, but what you actually see. It can be vivid or it can be vague. It doesn't matter. If you find a particular hot spot, you can throw more there. Cold, slushy ice. I'll do this with you for a moment, and then I'll have you stop the recording and do it longer on your own. I'll walk you through it now. So, for example, I'm sensing a spot on my right that is small and hidden, but I can see that it's like a pinpoint of heat. So I'm seeing that I'm throwing the cold, slushy ice. Now I'm feeling the ice right now, and when I first started, I didn't feel it at all. You don't have to worry if you don't feel it, but I want you to see it so you can know what can happen here. It's hissing, steaming, a lot of steam and hissing for such a small spot. Now it's actually starting to turn blue. And when I see the blue, actually, I just took a much deeper breath and began to feel, I felt my shoulders lower, and I keep looking at that spot and seeing it blue, and which is what it changed to on its own. And I feel like there's more room in my chest, which feels really good. So go ahead and pause the recording and give yourself more time, and be sure to see and feel, and then come back. All right, so there you had two really, really simple but profound exercises that you can do. One, a simple breathing, and one, an eidetic image that actually can be very powerful. Again, when I first started doing ice images for the overheated mind and for the overstressed people and for myself, I found that I couldn't feel it at all. That's okay, but I could see it. I saw it vaguely, but I could see it. As long as you're looking and watching, eventually, often right away, that will help you. So we have two places here. We have roadside assistance, which is when there's a breakdown, right? And you call roadside assistance, or you have it as a practice. And using these two exercises either way or both ways can be really powerful. So here's an action step. Do at least one or both of these as a practice for a week. Let's take a few minutes, 3 minutes. So first you want to notice what your baseline is now, and then what it is after you've worked with these for a week. Any movement in the right direction, calmer, more centered, more present, feeling like you're more yourself, is a great sign that you're going in the right direction. And the more you do the images, the more you will build on the platform that you just created yourself, the foundation. I really hope that's helpful to you. Use it, try it out, see what happens, and I'll see you on the next video.